The time is just gone 22 minutes past 9 a.m. as we continue with news and views this morning. And as you have heard, the Libertas Group, and that is who we are talking to this morning. We have got Asif Aziz, who is the new Chief Technology Officer, and Ahmed Amanjee, who is a sales representative at Libertas, to speak to us about blockchain and just looking at how blockchain is being used to solve common business problems that we face on a day-to-day basis. And to both of you, to Asif Aziz and to Ahmed Amanjee, Juma Mubarak, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Mubarak, wa alaikum assalam.
Mubarak, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
In the build-up to this show, and I certainly was looking forward to having this discussion with both of you. And obviously, for many of us who are not techno gurus, and this particularly to you, Asif Aziz, and I'm sure you'll be able to unpack in the most simplest terms with regards to some of the issues that we will be talking about this morning. But just before we get there, just to understand the Libertas Group, what is the company? What does the company actually do?
Okay. Jazakallah for having us on this Heritage Day. Juma Mubarak to you. Assalamu alaikum to your listeners. The Libertas Group is a blockchain solutions company. We have developed a blockchain that consists of business-to-business solutions within our blockchain. So in essence, what we've done is we've created a network of nodes and computers globally, and those nodes and computers verify business transactions on an everyday, day-to-day business that general businesses would use in South Africa and across the globe. Libertas is a full ecosystem blockchain provider. So in conjunction with our B2B solutions, we have applications that apply, such as Libex, which is a cryptocurrency trading platform. We have a blockchain that can give you a visibility of all transactions happening on the blockchain. So there's multiple different facets of a blockchain ecosystem, and Libertas as a company has created all of those facets to become a full ecosystem blockchain solutions provider.
Yes. Now, let's just talk a bit about blockchain. And I think for many of us, when we think of the term blockchain, not in technical terms, but in practical terms, you think of a mechanic and he's got a chain and a block and those type of things. But let's just try and understand, because I think I just want to unpack some of the technical jargon. And I'm sure, Asif, you'll be able to simplify so that we can actually understand as lay people what all of this means.
J. So historically, we were used to centralized database, right? Centralized servers, centralized services, where you were, as a business, reliant on a single source of data, and that sat on a server, and your application sat on that server. And if that server was hacked, or if that server was inefficient, or if that server was costly, you had no other option but continue that down that route. What blockchain technology does is it distributes your transactions across multiple different nodes. So think of it as smaller servers, all connected to each other and in a chain. So the block is a server, and multiple of these servers connected to each other creates a blockchain. So it's not a centralized system; it's a decentralized system, and it gives the consumer the ability, or the confidence that this solution that they've created is verified by multiple different servers, not just a single server that could be hacked, or that's inefficient, or that's costly. I don't know if that simplifies it, but yeah, multiple different servers, smaller servers is what a blockchain is, that performs business transactions.
Yes, I think interesting that you mentioned the word hacking, because I think this is where there seems to be a lot of hesitancy on many people, particularly when one looks at an example like internet banking as well. This has always been a concern as far as getting more and more into all these digital platforms, whether it's internet banking, whether it's just your cell phone, your smartphone, or whatever it is. And I suppose this is where, when you're talking about the power of blockchain in terms of safeguarding information and where this information or where this data is stored as well, Asif.
Gee, 100%. So when it comes to things like hacking, when it comes to data storage, where blockchain is proficient is that it segments your data into multiple different fragments and it places that data onto different nodes. So if a transaction needed to be verified, it's not just one server that will verify the transaction. It's 7 different servers within a block that will need to verify a transaction, for example, before a transaction is valid. And in order for you to hack that specific transaction and to change it, in order for you to change the amount that you have in your bank account today, you would need to access those 7 different nodes and change, but you would not know how where those nodes are sitting. So in a case study that they had done, I think in 2021, or sorry, 2020, what they found was the cost of hacking the blockchain was more expensive than the reward you would get from hacking a blockchain, and hence it's not cost viable for any unethical person to try and access the blockchain, to change anything within a blockchain, because of the fact that it's a cost effective costly exercise.
Yes. Now let's just look at it from a business perspective. And I know you mentioned for both individuals and business people, and just the impact and how does this actually affect South African business owners?
So in terms of South African business owners, we've dealt with multiple different businesses in different industries, and we've tried to understand what is their business problem at the moment, right? So problems that we face in South Africa is efficiency in terms of processes, cost effectiveness, security. Those are the 3 main areas that we find that is an issue. And then there's the issue of governance and compliance in terms of reporting, etc. How does that business resolve that problem with taking a product off the shelf? So they take a product off the shelf and there's multiple different applications that they take off the shelf, but it answers maybe one of those things. Maybe it would answer the cost effectiveness, it would be a cheap system, but it's not effective for their business. It doesn't create efficiency in that they need to hire 5 more people in order to fulfill a function, whereas with a blockchain solution, you reduce the amount of resources you require because you are creating the process flow within your smart contracts. So Libertas as a company has created a blockchain that is smart contract friendly. So you'd be able to, as a business, create smart contracts and define what your processes are within that smart contract. So once you define your processes, there's no need for additional touch points, additional inefficiencies, additional resources to go and perform functions. So there's no overhead in terms of additional people performing functions, because a smart contract is automatically doing that for you. So it creates an automation, as well as it gives your customer experience good rating, right? Because I mean, your turnaround time towards your customers is important, and hence the efficiency will give you a good customer experience overall. So with blockchain, instead of you having something that is off the shelf, what we would do is we would customize your entire solution for you based on your business problem today.
Yes. What we're going to do is we're going to go for an ad break. The time is just gone 9:30 for our viewers and listeners. If you have just tuned in, we're talking to the Libertas Group. This morning, we're talking with Asif Aziz, who is the new Chief Technology Officer, and also Ahmed Amanjee, Sales Representative at the Libertas Group.
A silent pandemic claims the life of a child. Unsafe water is having a devastating global impact on health and livelihoods. Islamic Relief is at the forefront, providing clean and safe water to vulnerable communities around the world. Our tailored approach to sustainable water solutions enable families not just to survive, but to thrive, ensuring they stay healthy and safe. Give water, give life with Islamic Relief.
These days, I'm more health conscious than ever. So tonight, it's stir fry for dinner, cooked in healthy Helios pure sunflower cooking oil. Helios is pure sunflower goodness, packed with omega-6. That's good for your heart, and is approved as part of the Heart and Stroke Foundation eating plan. Dinner's ready! Helios, pure sunflower cooking oil. A healthy family is a happy one.
The combined dam levels for the Port Elizabeth area is at a shocking 11%. 1 July is day 0 for the Kucha Dam, resulting in dry taps for hundreds of families in the surrounding areas of Port Elizabeth. Help us strategize. Support our water drive in the Eastern Cape region of South Africa. Donate your lilla towards the erecting of JoJo tanks in impoverished areas and for the vehicles to deliver water in areas of need. Donate to the Al-Fida Foundation. Visit our website at www.alfida.co.za or contact us at 041 484 1288.
Alhamdulillah, we are finally free of riba. Burkat smells lovely.
Yeah, with Yakina, I managed to stop all the riba, Hajo. This insurance price is going up again.
Oh, we are not free of riba, Babu. You need to stop the insurance.
We have to have insurance, Hajo. You know how bad it is with all the crime and the accidents.
Have a little yakin now, Babu.
Yeah, man, I do have a little yakin. But I wish there was a way to leave all these riba insurance companies, man. There's so much riba.
Babu, I can't handle this. The stench. It stinks.
Is that my underarms?
No, the riba stinks. Please find a way to stop this riba insurance, Babu.
Leaving riba insurance is easier than you think. Call Amana IFS for all your personal and commercial takaful needs. 0861 786 393. Amana, leave riba for good. Amana IFS is a registered financial services provider.
I don't get it. Nice. Well done.
Add a sprinkling of sparkles to your magical parties and special occasions with colorful party supplies and decorations to a wide range of baking goods and tools. Packaging from gift bags to meat bags, foil and polystyrene containers, elegant serviettes and intimate candles to disposable wet wipes. A range of glassware, bakeware, and stunning wedding accessories just for you. Wholesale packaging available. Sprinkles and Sparkles Party Shop. You want it all. Find us at 431 Inanda Road, Parlock, Durban. Call 031 577 0604. Our operating hours are weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., weekends and public holidays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Follow us on Instagram at Sprink and Spark.
Did you know that through SANZAF, you can provide a meal to an individual for only 12 Rand? By committing to a monthly contribution, you can assist us in reaching out to more communities and deserving individuals. A once-off donation will also be highly appreciated in helping us achieve our monthly target. For more information, call us on 011 834 6046. SANZAF, changing lives through development and relief.
For a long time, we've lived in a centralized world, where institutions held the all-important data and confirmed all transactions. Those times are over. Welcome to Libertas Group, a blockchain development company boasting an ecosystem that continually redefines the way we do business. Our blockchain is decentralized, making it immune to hacking or alteration, putting the power back in your hands with no middleman so you can focus on the growth of your business. Libertas, the simplest investment choice you'll make.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
The time is just gone 9:36 a.m. and we are talking to the Libertas Group. We're talking blockchain technologies that are reshaping the way we think of contracts and business processes. We have got Asif Aziz, new Chief Technology Officer, and Ahmed Amanjee, Sales Representative at Libertas, with us this morning. Now, just to continue, Asif, looking at the application of blockchain, and just to understand what Libertas has actually applied as far as this application goes.
Gee, so I think that was the next point, was to try and simplify it for the users in terms of use cases, right? Libertas has implemented blockchain solutions, like I said, for different industries. I'll give you an example of an industry, whereas insurance or law, right? Let me start with insurance. The process for you to submit a claim as well as for you to receive payouts on that claim generally requires you to contact a call center. Once you contact the call center, you would then submit your claim, send in photos, and there's a back and forth process. What blockchain has done is it gives the ability for the user to submit that claim on a mobile application, which then transacts over the blockchain so that it becomes an efficient transaction, it becomes a secure transaction, it's also a cost-effective transaction, and that transaction then reaches the CRM system, which the assessors can then receive and process that transaction. It cuts out the requirement for the back and forth with the user, because within the smart contract, you've created the rules for a claim to be valid. Right? So you've created the police case number, you've created the timeline in which the claim should be submitted, etc. So there's different policies that you needed to have applied to the smart contract for that claim to be valid, and hence it created an efficiency. Instead of users contacting the service desk and the service desk going back and forth with that user, it's now cut the turnaround time in terms of submission as well as payout significantly. In other use cases, you'll find that in the law industry, there's a specific issue that they're dealing with at the moment, whereas a will needs to be verified, and there's some instances where clients have multiple different wills and they're not sure which is the valid will, and there's a specific, almost an audit trail that you need on a will. What blockchain would do is it would give you the ability to create that will on a smart contract on the blockchain and have the client submit that will or update their will on a quarterly basis or yearly basis. However, that will be tracked within the application on the blockchain, so it's unchangeable, immutable, and that will becomes valid in terms of, because the smart contract is defined in accordance with the law of how wills should be written and who should be the executor of that will, etc. So the smart contract then would define that based on what the existing policy and law states. So those are two examples. One is existing, one is a use case that we understand could be possible. Both, I think, is good use cases. However, there is multiple different ones that we can go through. Not enough time.
Well, certainly, and I know you've cited the example of insurance, which is just one, but just looking at other business functions, I suppose it would cover many other different business functions that we can imagine, Asif.
100%. So like I said, there's the will instance. Libertas, blockchain was fundamentally created in the fintech space, right? Because the financial industry requires the aspects of blockchain, which is secure and which is something that can't be changed, etc. In the fintech space, you'd have the ability to tokenize a business so that you could create you could create tokens for a business and ensure that that tokens created for a business is created on a blockchain, mintable and burnt based on when that business requires that currency almost to transact within its function. So it's almost creating a currency within a business to create an efficiency and to reduce the fees that a business would have paid when that currency leaves. So it's almost a digital currency that each business could use to reduce their transactional costs or to create efficiency within their process.
Yes, I think it makes a lot of sense in terms of what you're saying, Asif, because, when one looks at processes, sometimes when there are too many processes, there are many inefficiencies that are built along the process, and that obviously tends to hold up whatever the person wants to achieve through a transaction or what and this comes, in fact, ties in with a question that has come through from Salama Amin Khan, wanting to know, why should people adopt blockchain instead?
Yeah, so I think importantly, adopting blockchain, you need to consider what is your business problem at the moment. What is it that you're trying to solve, right? Like I said initially, there's multiple applications that will solve a specific segment of your problem, but create an additional problem. Whereas with blockchain, you are getting the benefits of efficiency, you're getting the benefits of security, you're getting the benefits of cost effectiveness, all within an application that is fully customizable to your business. So taking an application off the shelf means that you need to bend your business processes to that application's needs, whereas blockchain bends itself to your business processes, and we would be able to customize the Libertas TSF blockchain based on what your problem statement is currently.
Yes. Now, Ahmed, I'd like to bring you in, and I know you've been sitting and listening quietly, and we're not ignoring you. It's just that we needed to understand some of the technical aspects. But just looking at yourself now, obviously you are a sales representative, and we are obviously talking about investments and looking at clients who are able to invest with you. And what would this entail?
Well, look, what we do is we offer clients the opportunity to purchase asset-backed tokens rather than investments. So they would purchase an asset-backed token and stake it with us for a year. After that year, we would purchase that token back from the client at a 51% return. That's basically, in simple terms, what it is.
Well, 51%, obviously, that sounds very, very appetizing, Ahmed, in terms of what you said. But the key issue here is I know that this is very new to many people, and this is obviously the way to go. This is going to be the future in terms of, how we look at investing. And also at the same time, when we see the advent of things like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, there is still a lot of hesitancy. But the key issue here at the end of the day is for people to actually understand, to truly understand what this actually means, and what is the from an investment perspective, what are some of the benefits, and also looking at risks that are involved as well, Ahmed.
100%. So it is, you mentioned Bitcoin, you mentioned all these cryptocurrencies. It is a very volatile and risky market. The nice thing with Libertas Group is we provide surety for all our clients on that asset-backed token. So a client purchases an asset-backed token with us, we provide the surety for them. So when it comes to risk with Libertas, in all honesty speaking, there's no risk.
Okay, so basically what you are saying is you guarantee that this is 120% safe, Ahmed.
100%.
Right. Now, let's talk even about, because I know the other question that will come out with regards to compliancy, and as Muslims, Sharia compliancy. And let's just talk a bit about Sharia compliancy of this type of investment.
Look, when it comes to the Sharia compliance, we can sit here for hours on end and speak about it and go into detail with all the different things. With Libertas Group, whatever it is that any of our tokens, any of the cryptocurrencies that we do have, none of them are interest based. So there's no interest properties on those tokens or anything like that. And that's about it. If we go really more into detail, which I think we should have another chat about this, your cryptocurrencies, as it mentioned earlier on, is a decentralized blockchain. It was decentralized to be taken away from interest rates so that consumers don't pay such hefty interest charges, etc., etc. So when it comes to Sharia, in my personal opinion, it's probably the most Sharia option for you to go.
Well, so that obviously is heartening to note because, I think many people, when one looks at the financial markets these days and when one looks at investments generally, when one just looks at the business climate, at the end of the day, people are hesitant because we don't know. COVID has changed so much for us, and it's going to stay with us for a very, very long time. And this is the way to go. We see how technology has basically been boosted as a result of COVID. We see online shopping, we see Amazons, we see everything. And so a lot has basically changed. Virtual meetings, like we're having this virtual discussion. Otherwise, you guys would have been in the studio. So I suppose, that is the way to go. And I'm sure, in terms of Libertas, in terms of your strategy, in terms of your business model and the vision for the company, you've taken a lot of that into account, Ahmed.
We have, I think Asif can actually elaborate more on that.
So I think in terms of the vision for the company, when it comes to being a technology firm, when it comes to being a fourth industrial revolution technology firm, there's a lot of things that you need to consider, right? You need to consider that you're not going to become something that is outdated immediately because of the fact that blockchain technology is not understood by people. So there's the educational factor, hence the reason that we're having these sessions is trying to educate the public that blockchain isn't purely cryptocurrency. Blockchain is a technology that can give the general public, as Ahmed is explaining with the different products that we have, as well as businesses, the ability to become one of the leading businesses. in terms of adoption in South Africa, it's been slow, but we do have good compliance. We do have good working forums that are taking everything into consideration around how to regulate the industry. So I think that is a good thing. I don't think South Africa has taken negative steps. I think there have been negative players, but South Africa, as a general, the public has, or the governance has taken some good positive steps towards ensuring that South Africa benefits from this latest and greatest technologies. So our strategy is to ensure that we get involved, that we contribute as much as we can towards the economy, towards the compliance, towards everything, and inshallah it will work out great.
Well, inshallah, it certainly will. And time is actually flying, and we're already on to the next ad break, so we'll be back in a minute.
I mean,
on over for the Taste with Kick. We offer something scrumptious for everyone in the family. Wraps, chicken tikka, burgers, tender grills, mocktails, milkshakes, and so much more. Corporate and events catering available. Visit our social media pages for more info or call 031 209 0119. Kiki's, the Taste with Kick.
Africa. For your convenience, the Africa Muslims Agency's Durban office has moved to 797 Jan Smuts Highway, Sherwood, Durban. Our friendly staff are eagerly awaiting to receive, advise, and share with you the current ongoing campaigns and projects that you have been supporting for the last 35 years. Visit us at 797 Jan Smuts Highway, Sherwood, or call 031 207 5676. Africa Muslims Agency, inspiring the spirit of giving.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
What makes Randery Jewelers the optimum place for your memorable gift? Is it our range of exclusive, high-end, luxurious jewelry? Or is it our master craftsmanship of all your bespoke jewelry needs? We believe it's because at Randery Jewelers, we know just how to make your special moments last forever. Whether it's for a wedding, anniversary, or just a simple gift to show your love, trust Randery Jewelers to make it special. www.randeryjewelers.com. Make your moments last forever with Randery Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
Approximately 785 million people in this world do not have access to safe, clean water. In developing countries, around 80% of all illnesses are due to contaminated water and poor sanitation. Don't let dirty water end a life. Build a water well. In Bangladesh, Malawi, Nepal, Zimbabwe, or here at home in South Africa, donate to Penny Appeal's Thirst Relief Project to bring safe, clean water to communities around the world. www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Did you know that you can get the latest humanitarian news and updates from the Al-Imdad Foundation by following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube? You can also receive our flash updates via WhatsApp by adding 082 591 6430 as a contact and sending us a WhatsApp message with your name. That's 082 591 6430. Visit alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
For a long time, we've lived in a centralized world where institutions held the all-important data and confirmed all transactions. Those times are over. Welcome to Libertas Group, a blockchain developing company boasting an ecosystem that continually redefines the way we do business. Our blockchain is decentralized, making it immune to hacking or alteration, putting the power back in your hands with no middleman so you can focus on the growth of your business. Libertas, the simplest investment choice you'll make.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
The time is just gone 8 minutes to 10 a.m. as we head towards closure on this morning's edition of News and Views. We continue with the Libertas Group. We continue with Asif Aziz, Chief Technology Officer, and Ahmed Amanjee, Sales Representative, and just unpacking the Libertas Group and what they have to offer. Asif, I've got a question that's come up on my screen from Mohammed Usman in Cape Town, wanting to know what makes Libertas different from other companies alike out there.
So there's not many, Salam Usman, there's not many other blockchain solution companies in South Africa, right? But there are other blockchain solution companies across the world. Libertas is very similar to that of Ethereum, Polkadot, whereas we've created our own blockchain and we do smart contracts within the blockchain. What makes us different is that Libertas is a corporation that you're seeing in front of you and that you're able to engage with, whereas the other blockchain solutions such as Ethereum, you would need to create your own in-house department, have Ethereum developers hired by you and develop on their blockchain. Libertas is a corporation that's going to give you those developers, that's going to be able to walk you through the process, to be able to simplify it for you. So it's not as if you're just taking on a technology, you're taking on a relationship and a partnership, and that's what makes it important and different.
Yes, and also, Ahmed, I suppose what makes it different is from a Sharia compliance perspective, because I don't think there could be, other companies that are Sharia compliant.
Definitely not. I don't think there is anything else in South Africa and even globally that's doing what we're doing when it comes to the Sharia compliance side.
Yes. Now, Asif, just looking at tradition, and I think sometimes many of us are just set in our ways. We like to do things traditionally, and sometimes we find it difficult to migrate from the traditional systems. Now, just in terms of motivating, why would someone or a business consider blockchain solutions instead of the traditional systems that we have been adopting over the years now?
Gee. I think academically, there's a term for it. It's called strategic drift. When the market is changing and it's changing to a fact that your business needs to adopt to that market to become more efficient, to become more cost effective, and you don't adapt to it, you sit up with the problem that Nokia and Kodak, etc. had, whereas there was a strategic drift in the market. People were moving to digital cameras, whereas Kodak was stuck in their old ways with film camera, and they never understood the market requirements. We understand that the new market requirement is the end user, the customer. The customer is the most important person in the fourth industrial revolution. The customer is the most important person in today's business. And if you're stuck in the old ways in terms of your business processes and your customer doesn't come first, your efficiency is not growing, your customer service is not growing because your application doesn't allow you to do so, then you would become the loser. The businesses that adopt new technologies, that create that business or the user experience would become the successful businesses in this age.
Yes, and just looking at where we are in South Africa in terms of the adoption rate versus what is taking place globally, Asif?
So I think the adoption rate of blockchain technology in South Africa is fairly it's average. Across Africa, obviously, we're doing well, but in South Africa, globally, we are average. I think there can be a lot more that can be done. I think a lot of these sessions are required. I think education is required. Europe's quite fast with it. The States obviously is fast. Asia is fast with what they're doing in terms of blockchain technology. We have the ability, we have the technology, we have the developers. Our Libertas developers are both here in South Africa and in Europe. because it's not easy for us to get blockchain developers here. So our user experience developers are based here in South African office, and our blockchain developers are based in Europe. But in terms of the businesses that understand the profitability or the use cases behind it, I think it is slow, and I think a lot of these sessions are required in order for us to educate those businesses.
Well, certainly, and I think just in terms of the education that you're speaking about, it's not only about the business model that we're speaking about, like you mentioned, is the expertise, the technical expertise. So there are definite opportunities, for people considering careers in this particular field as well, Asif.
100%. Like I said, we struggle to find blockchain developers in South Africa, hence the need for the blockchain developers to be based in Europe, where they already fundamentally strong in this technology. However, our user experience is very strong in South Africa. I mean, the developers that we have here, they understand the customer. I think when they come out of varsity already, they already thought it's part of their modules to understand the customer, and hence that is something that we're strong in. But definitely blockchain technology, if you can get more developers to think along this route, there is a big demand for it. There will become a bigger demand for it as the resources grow and as the companies start to adopt.
Yes, I see there's a question come through from Mohammed Muaz out of KwaZulu-Natal. Possibly, Ahmed, you can answer this one. Why should people put their money with Libertas?
My simple answer to that would be why not? With us providing the surety and the safety that your capital is always there, no matter what happens in the markets, it's a simple answer is why not? If you're looking at any other of your conventional stuff that's out there, there isn't really something like that where we can offer you such profits with Libertas that we're offering.
Yes, and just looking at where Libertas is at this point in time, and I know you are positioning yourself as a world leader in the development of blockchain technologies, Asif.
Gee. I think we chose those words very carefully, and the reason we chose the words is because we feel like, in terms of a blockchain solutions company, we are one of the only companies that have a corporate identity that can tell you Libertas has developed a blockchain. In that we have a full ecosystem, NFT marketplace, Livex as an application, Explorer, wallets, B2B transactions. There is a lot of players in this market. Some of them have exchanges, some of them have blockchains, others have NFT marketplaces, but none of them have all. So in terms of a blockchain solutions provider, we are a corporation that provides the entire ecosystem to both businesses and individuals, and hence we chose that wording.
Well, Jazakallah for that. And just final thoughts, Ahmed, who do people, if people want to know more, who do they contact?
What they can do is they can contact Salam Media directly for our contact details, and Salam Media will, of course, pass them off through to us.
Well, Jazakallah for that. And any final thoughts from your side? I'm just, before we get to you, Asif, Firoza Khan writes, this session has been one of many interesting discussions around technological innovation and strategic digital business growth within South Africa. Jazakallah to you, Sister Firoza, for that comment. Asif, final words from you.
No, Jazakallah for having us. I think, as mentioned, I think it will be good to be regular on the show, to have the session more regularly for the public to understand, both businesses and individuals, that there is benefit in this technology. Understanding it will give us great benefit. If we shy away from it because it's too complicated, then allow people like myself to try and simplify it. But I think, yes, there is great benefit in understanding the business to both individuals and businesses.
Well, I must say, for me personally, it's been very, very beneficial. In fact, I came here. In fact, I wanted to look at a dummy's guide to blockchain, but you guys have made it just so easy for me, alhamdulillah. So if I understood it, I'm sure many people have. And inshallah, looking forward to a lot more sessions with you guys. But for now, have yourself a great Jummah, a wonderful Jummah, and a wonderful weekend ahead as well, inshallah. And until we meet again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Well, that brings us to the end of another edition of News and Views this morning. And we know it's Heritage Day. It's a public holiday, but it's also the day of Jummah. Let us not forget to recite Surah Kahf and also abundant durood on Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And please be safe. Please take care of yourselves, your loved ones, your families. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us, inshallah. So until we meet again, from myself and the rest of the team, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.